What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Konosuba action. Now, we talked a lot about rerolling and all that kinds of stuff and building teams, but we haven't really talked about events in the game yet. So let's get down to that, and I think the best place to start is with the time-limited event. That is this event right here. You notice that this event expires. If you go to quests, it's going to be basically right here above where my head is. Now, this event is really, really interesting. It's basically like, I don't want to call it, just basically like a hard boss with several different difficulties that you can fight this boss at. So if I go in here, you'll notice that I've beaten quite a few of these. I've done all the beginner levels, I've done the intermediate levels, and I did all these with my base team. Now, if I go here in intermediate 2, you will notice that it says over here, you need to pay very, very, very close attention to this. Okay? So, recommended element. Notice right there below where it says recommended element has a little like red circle. That is telling you that fire element is recommended. This is a wind opponent. It says fire right below that. It says fire element attacks are effective and wind resistance will give you the edge in battle. Because he's performing wind attacks, you really do want some wind resistance and you do want some fire elemental damage. Now, notice here in the treasure that there's some pretty neat treasures that can actually drop from this, including some pretty good fire equips and some water equips too, it actually looks like. So if I go here to prepare, the team that I was initially using was just my general 4-star team. And that team was good and all, but you'll notice like it's missing some equips and missing things here and there, and none of these units are fire attack damage. So it really got me thinking, what can we do with a 2- and 3-star team? Well, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to take on the intermediate 2 level with this team. Now, I've done a few updates. Some of my weapons have been updated. I don't unfortunately have the fire equips for all of my units, and the main reason because I've been doing so many rerolls, I've only recently just gotten into playing the game. So you'll get the stuff needed to do these, and we'll cover it here. Well, actually, we'll cover it right now. We'll actually go over here to the smithy real quick, and we'll talk about that. Okay? So if we go to smithy, okay, and you go to craft, you will actually notice that there are several different elements of weapons, and if you go down here, there's actually some harder weapons down here. Now, I'm using all the base 2-star weapons. There are obviously some 3-star weapons, and then you'll eventually get the gold 4-star weapons. Actually, I think this might be the gold. Is that the gold? That is the gold weapon. So these are like the silver weapons. What I'm looking at here, this is the bronze weapon. And then these are actually the gold weapons. Interesting. I didn't think I had the gold weapons unlocked for some of these units yet. Now, some weapons are a little better than others, but you really have to pay attention to what your unit is requiring. So, if we go back to my team here for a moment, boom, you will notice that if I take this weapon off of her, remove, it shows a little icon there of the dagger. So that tells me she needs daggers. Megami needs the is that the staff? She uses the staff. Old girl uses the wand. Cosmo uses the sword, and she uses the spear. So, I hope I got those weapons right. We're all new at the game. Cut me a little slack if I misnamed some of the weapons. But if we go back over here to Smithy, so my goal obviously would be to craft as many of the fire weapons as I can. Well, if I go here to the fire sword, it's going to tell me what equips I need. I've already built my fire sword. I've actually upgraded my fire sword a little bit, so I don't need to craft another one. But let's say for the sake of argument that I wanted to. I can actually click on this element right here, and it'll tell me what I need to fight. Now, I'm not up to level 5-9 yet, so I could do level 3-7. Okay, and since I've already beaten it, I can actually use a skip ticket or two. I'll just do one just to be, just to go through it and see what we get. But you can actually, like, run several skip tickets and maybe get some equips. Notice I actually got, did I get 1 or 2 right there? I got a couple of them. So if I go back to Smithy now, boom, I did get 2 of them. That's pretty awesome. I didn't expect to get 2 of those bad boys there. So basically, utilize your skip tickets accordingly to get these weapons. Don't waste it on just rerunning erroneous stuff. Leveling up will happen as you're doing this. Because remember, this is literally just running those same quests. So be really intelligent with your skip tickets. It's kind of like the side goal here. But my goal is to run as many fire units as I can with as many fire equips as I can. Now, unfortunately, if I go over here to Dagger, I just simply do not have... I've not unlocked far enough to get the fire daggers. So I need to get up to 5-5, and I simply have not done that yet. I've not had the opportunity. I will be doing some grinding today, and obviously we'll be live streaming tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Little plug there. So we'll be doing a lot of this tonight and trying to get up to that level. Now, that is kind of the smithy. You want to make sure that you've got as many of these weapons as you can. You want to make sure that you're applying these accordingly. It doesn't obviously make a whole lot of sense to put a fire weapon on a unit that doesn't have a fire attack. So do be intelligent. The other thing that I want to really point out here, if I look at my Megumin 3-star unit, okay, if I go in here, all of her stats are right here. Now you'll notice that she has this just general physical attack, okay? Not really anything too crazy there. It's just a general attack. And it has no cooldown, which is really nice, so I can spam that over and over again. Now, these attacks are Super Thunder attacks. So that's a Super Thunder Potion, and this is a Thunder Potion Plus. Now, also you want to pay attention to the cooldown. We'll kind of get into that when we get into the fight. But every attack has some kind of level of cooldown, and so basically you just can't spam crazy attacks. It makes you really work for it, and you've got to pay attention. The other thing I would really recommend is that you pay very close attention to the attacks that you're dealing and make sure you're dealing the right ones. Now, the one that I do want to pay attention to most here is the Fire Explosion. This Fire Explosion is going to do an insane amount of damage. Notice there it says 350% fire magic damage to all enemies. Now, it does really, even though it's an AoE attack, I am attacking single target with it, so it's not really being used at its peak efficiency, but you will notice it does say that she faints immediately afterwards. I don't really care about that. All I want to do is to use Megumin for this one really big attack, and then use everybody else for the attacks that they're going to be able to provide. So she's in the front because she is fairly high level unit in comparison to everybody else, and she's got that one really stellar attack. After that, I've got a horde of other fire attack units that I can bring in. The other thing to pay attention to is if we go here to Celio, notice that she has a fire attack, but she also has a heal, and her SA is a really awesome heal. So you do want to pay attention to those things. Having a healer on a team like this with only 2 and 3 stars is going to be spectacular. So a lot of you guys have been asking me, are 2 and 3 star units effective? At this juncture, I'm going to say yes. I don't know if 2 or 3 months from now, I'm ever going to recommend that again. But for the time being, we're so early in the game, 2 and 3 stars, yes, they can get you somewhere. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't stop your reroll if you're still rerolling for Melissa. I know I'm not using her here, but do bear in mind for things like the arena, for your late game, for 2 or 3 months from now, even a year from now on the JP side of things, they're still using that unit. So don't give up on your rerolling just because these units are effective here. What I want to do is I want to kind of show you that these units can be utilized in this respect. The other thing to bear in mind, because this is a time-limited event, these units if we beat this, we're going to be basically right at the wire of intermediate 2. Now, part of that is because I haven't upgraded my weapons as much. Part of it is because I'm running the very low 2-star equips, and these are all 2-star. I think, is hers a 2-star equip? I think it is. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, we're running all 2-star equips. All of our subunits are level 30, and with the exception of the 4 stars that we have up there. And all of my main units are level 35. So we can upgrade these units. We can upgrade the weapons. We can upgrade defenses. And actually, I haven't talked about even defense yet. So let's talk about that real quick. Let's go back here into craft. And right here at the end are the little earrings. These are I say earrings, the jewelry list. Your jewelry is basically your defensive items. So I am running the 2-star wind earrings. The main reason I'm doing that is because it does physical defense and magic defense, and it has an additional wind defense to it. So you really, 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 really want to run these if at all possible. Now, to be fair, like these right here, this is an anti-bind amulet. That's obviously if I'm going up against an opponent that use bind, I would use that. Seal, I'd use that. Haze, I'd use that. Now, you will notice down here I've got in fact, I actually do have the cyclone earrings. These would produce much, much, much better defense, but if I'm entirely honest here, I don't have the equips. I'm not quite ready. Actually, I could run 313 there and probably get those and probably get all these, but it would take me an exceptionally long time, and I'll probably acquire these later on down the road, but for now, I'm going to focus on beating the intermediate level, and then going back in and then upgrading units later. Now, if you manage to get some fire 4 stars, definitely use those. Don't just walk away just because, you know, I'm using 2 and 3 stars. Use the best units you have. Unfortunately, these are the best units that I have. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Let's go back here into prepare. Okay. Notice everybody has that red dot, so everybody has at least some semblance of a fire attack. And I'm actually going to kind of do this quickly, but there is a time limit, but I do want to kind of do this manually to make sure we're getting the right attacks off. So if you're running this auto, I'm going to take auto off. You could be harming yourself, but let's just go ahead and see. So fire attack damage. I want to come out of the gate with some big hits. Okay, I'm going to do her physical attack. Her thunder attack will hit well. So she actually did 460 something with her physical attack. I wonder what her thunder attack will do, because she's a very powerful unit. Let's see, her mid-level thunder attack did 986. So actually it did pretty well. So those are fairly effective. She's hitting, so it is worth noting that Megumin, because she's a 3-star, is hitting with her mid-level fire attack about as well as the base level fire attack for my 2-stars. So it's going to be, it's not super effective, but it will be effective enough. Here we go. And since I've done these upgrades, actually I'm noticing my units are doing way better than expected. I'm probably not going to need my healer now. In fact, I could probably take on the next level after this. Let's see what happens here. This is a big hit. Okay, actually, that's not too bad. You know, we actually might be able to pull this off. Let's go ahead and see here. I've not needed my healing yet, and I'm going to save that healing until I absolutely desperately need it. Probably next time he does that really big hit, I'll need it. But I do want to be pretty diligent and make sure that I'm doing... Alright, so now I actually do need to heal Megumin. So I think I'll do... I didn't do it this turn. I'll do it next turn. Probably should have done it this turn. I might suffer for that. Now, yeah, see, that is not a fire attack. So I probably should have focused on the fire attack, but that is okay. I could save her SA for when I need a really big heal. In fact, probably would need it here shortly. But, ooh! So, actually, this is a great opportunity. So, basically sacrificing Megumin here. She's about to die anyway, so this is perfect. So, she just did a massive, massive hit on our opponent, and then Kazuma comes in. So, that is by design. That's not a flaw. That literally is the way I built this team. Let's go. Let's go. All right. We don't need our heal. So this is excellent. This team's actually doing much better than I ever expected. I like that. Actually, the team synergy here is extremely good. I was not completely confident that they were going to be able to beat this. Now, I could go back and I could, you know, rerun that a few times to get some rewards. I'm going to go up to the next level and see what we can do at the next level. Now, the one thing I do want you to be aware of, this is a timed event. So I do want to be quick about this. If I'm not fast enough, the timer could run out. No matter how well I'm doing, the timer could run out because I don't know if I'm producing enough damage. But let's see what happens here. I probably will lose this one just because my units aren't quite leveled up to the way I need them yet. But we do want to be really, really, really cautious because we don't know how hard he's going to hit on this one. So I want to hold off on my heals until absolutely necessary. But let's see what happens here. Okay. Now I am going to talk my way through this. I know some of you guys think I'm a chatterbox, and I am. But I really kind of want, this helps me think my way through it, especially, you know, being the first time that we're really taking this on. But actually, I've got 7 seconds on the cooldown on all those, so we'll have those next turn. And that'll be really nice. Okay? Actually, he's not producing much damage at all. I could wait for the cooldown on those. I'm not going to. I think it's better to produce a little bit of damage and then hit with the big old ones. Alright, so that didn't feel good. So now on this turn, I am going to heal. Come on, let that cooldown finish. Come on, girl. There we go. So perfect. And next time when she has her SA, it'll be the perfect time to do a big heal. Now, I'm not producing enough damage, I don't feel like. Megumin might come out of the gate when she actually gets her super. We'll see what happens. But I've got 34 seconds to beat this guy, and I don't feel like this is going to happen. I feel like we are going to run out of gusto pretty quick. But I don't know. Yeah, it only did 2k. That wasn't the greatest thing ever. She should have her SA next turn, which means we're going to get a big heal out of that. Megumin's about to get her SA. Boom. All right, I'm going to save the SA. I want Megumin to do her SA, and then we can heal everybody. Fingers crossed this works. If I time this wrong, I'm going to be in a world of hurt. We got 20 seconds left. Now, obviously, that's... Oh, okay. Yeah, I did time this very wrong. That's okay. That's okay. We've got an opportunity here. Come on, girl. Don't fail me now. Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't get Megumin's attack off. That does suck, and that is basically going to cost us the win. But that really came down to just misusing my heals, I feel like. I probably could have been a little more diligent with my healing, and we probably would have done better. And I didn't do her big attack there, but that's fine. So I probably could have done this a little neater and paid more attention to my healing. I don't know, though, if I would have won this with just Megumin's SA. Yeah, I don't feel like we're hitting hard enough for that to make such a massive difference. Actually, we might have eked out the win just barely. So time is up. Let's try that one more time. Now, obviously, like I said, there's a lot of upgrading I have left in this team. Like, this team could be a lot better than it is, just because I'm limited by how little I've actually, like, done the grind, and how little I've, because how much of the rerolling we've done, and I mean, basically, this team is like, what, 24 hours old or something like that? So, let's go ahead and just try this one more time, and let's see if we can be a little more diligent about our attacks, and a little better about our heals. I want to save those heals, but I want to make sure that Megumin is able to do her SA. If she squanders her SA, that, I think, is what really cost us that fight. But let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Go, girl. That means I probably need to be a little more liberal with her heal. I was hoarding her heal for, like, the last possible second. And maybe that was the wrong answer. I'm going to be honest here. That might have been the incorrect answer. Ooh, that was a big hit, though. That did not feel good. All right, this is going to be a big hit. As long as he doesn't kill my healer, we're going to be happy and golden. There we go. There we go. And we'll do the heal. There we go. Excellent. So everybody got 410 health back. And once again, we're going to focus on doing some of our harder hitting attacks here. Now, Megumin's SA gauge, we need that a little higher. It is kind of slowly building, which is a bit unfortunate. I think that might be because of the subunits I have on them. You do need to pay attention to your subunits' traits and all that, and see how they affect your teams. That is a... Ooh, I should have used her SA there. That's okay. That is quite all right. Okay. We're actually doing better this time, I think. We're doing a little bit better this time. We're at 25 seconds. Ah! No! Come on, dude! Alright. We've got to get the seal off. She croaks. We're kind of done. And the answer is, and I realize now, the biggest fault with my tactics thus far is I've been so worried about keeping that heal for when Kazuma comes in, but Kazuma already comes in with full health. So, you know, like I said, I'm learning this process as we're going through it. Now, we're doing a little bit better. There's an outside chance we could make it this time, though, if I'm honest, a lot of it came down to the fact we didn't get Megumin's attack, and that's because I was being stingy with my heals. So I need to be a little... And I did say at the beginning I need to be a little bit more liberal with my heals. And that fact still remains. I got 5 seconds, so we're going to be right where we were before. Oh, because we missed Megumin's SA. 100% because we missed that. Yeah. So, the long and the short of it is, yes, you can go into here with 2 and 3 star units. I've just got to do a little bit more upgrade. I've got to do a little bit more unit grinding. So, don't be bashful. If you don't have, you know, the 4-star units to do this, start upgrading those 2 and 3 stars. Start building those teams. There is some value in those particular units. But most of all, when it comes to your opponent, know your opponent. Don't be afraid to like lose the battle. Learn the battle and learn your tactics. We're so early in the game right now. Like, stuff pride and just say, okay, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn the mechanics, and I'm going to learn how to make this work. So that's going to be the video, guys. I'm going to actually go in here. I'm going to do a few more unit upgrades, probably upgrade our weapons, and I'm going to rerun this. I feel like by tonight on stream, I probably have a team that could handily defeat this just with the units that we have here. Now, that does mean I probably have to get some gold equips and things like that, but with a little bit more grinding and a little bit more work, I mean, obviously, we trounced the intermediate too. And how many levels do we have left? Let's go back here. So advanced 1, we've got quite a bit more. So we could probably get through the advanced missions. I don't know if we're going to do ultimate, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to go grind up my units. I'm going to go grind up my items. Back tonight with the live stream. Hopefully I won't nick my mic there. Like, comment, share all the good stuff. I'll be back, guys, really soon with more Konosuba.